Hello my friends and welcome back. It's the end of the week, it's Friday, you and me, we survived. But you know what didn't survive? Oh my god, this will take a dark turn. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am. You know what didn't survive? The United States Department of Education. It didn't survive because here you can see Trump demolishing it. It just gave the signature with little kids here doing also. Look at this one, he made a heart. But yeah, Trump is actually abolishing the Department of Education in the United States of America, demolishing basically funding for state-run public schools. This, in his words, will give more open arms or more control to the state-run schools, and it takes away the federal public schools, or however you call it, like the country-run public schools. Well, in my eyes, any kind of defunding of education is the start of a downfall of a culture, downfall of a nation. Somebody said, I'm sorry, I don't know this, but somebody said, when they burn books, they will be soon burning people. Well, there's a few steps to go from here, but it's definitely a step towards burning books if you demolish your Department of Education. Education is what keeps us from making the mistakes from the past. We are educated, knowledge. If you demolish that, you demolish one of the pillars of the culture you're in. This is a painful thing for me to see, and I think it's a very bad thing to do. But Trump did it, and he had some kids sign also their own bills here. My friends, I upload every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. You get your Ukrainian update. It's like clockwork, but now every Saturday you're gonna get a new analysis video. This one is not just a Ukrainian update. It's a deep dive. It's a deep dive, deeply researched into one of the topics connected to Ukrainian war. It's a additional video, and you know who gets the early access to it, because I upload it 1 week before it goes live. The members, check it out. I made it as cheap as possible. I mean, you cannot go cheaper in YouTube. They just don't allow me to do so. I would, but it's only 99 cents. Just join the channel and you get an extra video every week, my friends. Right now, one is already uploaded and published. Only members can see it. If you want to see it for extra video for like $1 per month, go and check it out. I have to talk about this because we don't have any new Buy Me a Coffee members right now. Sorry, I cannot do monthly members butchering because I don't have any names. So if you want to change that situation, just sign up. Links in the description below, and I'll be butchering your name on Monday. My friends, I love when something is practical and just works, especially when I have to use it every single day. I could not imagine my grocery shopping anymore without the Ekster wallet. I have this brown Parliament wallet, but you can choose from many different colors. I mean, it's a beast. It can hold up to 12 cards. It can hold anything, and it gets better. Do you know what this is? You wouldn't even notice it. It's so slim, but it's a Finder card. It is a revolution in item tracking. A Finder card is an ultra-slim, rechargeable tracking device that will make your belongings impossible to lose. It's credit card size and trackable globally with the Apple Find My app. Just use your phone to ring your stuff and see where you last had it on a map. And then there are the keys. I used to have bulky, noisy and messy keys with me, but now I use this compact Ekster key case, which holds up to 8 keys and is so practical and quiet. I love that. My keys were clunking around all over the place and scratching everything. Now they're all hidden in this nice leathery key case, being very compact, practical and quiet. Ekster anniversary sale is live. Click the link in the description below to get up to 30% off plus an extra 10% off at checkout with my code Artur. That's up to 40% off in total. Thank you, Ekster, for making my life more practical and easier. Alright, I'll be waiting for that. I want to get through with the intro to get to this. This is Ukrainian attacks into Russia. I don't really much cover that topic anymore, but I have to today because it's so damn massive. My last video was on Wednesday. It was 2 days ago. What all happened in 2 days? We're gonna go through it because there was 4 different targets in these 2 days. And there were some mushroom clouds, let me tell you that. We begin with Krasnodar region, Marinovka, Airfield. Now I'm not sure how much of the videos I can show you. I'm not going to play them, but you can see the screenshot. An oil depot in the Krasnodar region and the Marinovka airfield in the Volgograd region were attacked overnight, according to the Russian media. The Marinovka airfield may be home to a Russian military airfield. The thing is, honestly, it wasn't the Ukrainian drones, it was the Russian soldiers. They like to smoke carelessly, not having a single care in the world, putting up your cigarette, pachka cigaretko, or whatever they say, and boom, spontaneously your oil depots go up in flames. This is what happens. Anyway, 1 down, 50 more to go. Then we go to Kemerovo region, the Yaysky Refinery. Again, you can at least see the screenshot here, up in flames. This refinery is more than 3,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, so it was one of the furthest attacks Ukraine has ever made. I'm sorry, not Ukraine. It was one of the furthest places the Russian soldiers have so carelessly smoked and lit their cigarettes that even this oil refinery spontaneously combusted. And I love the smell of burning Russia in the morning, said by G.I. Budanov. Then we have Sudzha, the city that Ukraine has pulled out of and the Russians took over, where immediately, as the Ukrainians pulled out of it, 1 week later, they attacked the Sudzha Gas transition system. In Sudzha there's like this massive gas pipeline connection point, few pipelines going in, few going out. It's the gas logistics hub of Russian gas going to Europe. So Ukraine has taken it over was bad enough for Russia. But now when Ukraine has pulled out of it, it's spontaneously combusting is even worse for Russia, because now they just physically cannot export gas to Europe, even if they wanted to. Because you see, Ivan, very hard to transport gas when no pipeline. It's poof. Somebody smoked carelessly. And of course, the flames are beautiful here. And the mushroom cloud came out of this, and you will not believe me, but the truth is, this is not the only mushroom cloud that happened in the last 2 days. It's one of 2 of them. This was Sudzha, we'll get to it. The biggest one, the one that you have been waiting for, the cherry on the top, the icing on the cake. Engels Airfield, military airfield, home to the Russian strategic nuclear air force, TU-95 nuclear bombers, Tu-160s, and both of these planes' airframes are confirmed to be present at the airfield at the time of the attack. This one was so big, it shattered the windows of almost every building in the span of a few kilometers around it. Ukrainian drones don't make that kind of a kaboom. Ammunition and missiles on the ground make that kind of a kaboom. I mean, look at this beauty. This is God's work. Some Russian soldier was smoking not cigarettes, but a massive cigar. And oh, so carelessly that it ignited every last missile in that stockpile. I'll read you the summary because it's beautiful and you can see I'm enjoying myself. An extraordinary achievement. This morning, the Ukrainians successfully hit the Engels 2 airbase in the Saratov region, part of the Tu-22M3 and Tu-95MS and 260 strategic bombers. They are stationed there. 2 of these airframes confirmed to be present at the time of the attack. Not attack, sorry, the smoking stunt. There they are loaded with KH-101 and KH-55 cruise missiles, as well as KAB and FAB guided bombs. The strategic base is located 700 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. And I'm gonna go through all of this summary because it's juicy and it's beautiful and gives you everything you need to know about this smoking incident. The initial and secondary blasts scattered debris over a 5-kilometer radius. Damn, 5 kilometers! And shattered the windows of a hospital 8 kilometers away. These are indications, in addition to video footage, by the way, there's like a lot of videos about this, that this smoking incident on the base was successful. OSINT experts estimate that the strike was on the ammunition depot, where the missiles were, which is close to the bomber fuel depot, because it isn't always a good idea to put bombs next to a kerosene. I don't know why Russians do it like that. Oh, we have hundreds of missiles, we need to store them here. We have also hundreds of, let's say, gallons or tons of kerosene, jet fuel. Where do we put that? Let's just put it right next to the missiles. What's going to happen? What's the worst that can happen, Ivan, right? Let me light my cigarette. I'm having too much fun, man. Okay, I'll get serious. It is estimated that at least one TU-160 and one TU-95 MS were damaged. Wow, 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 wow. For Ukrainians and for those of us who have been in Ukraine for a longer period, it is also a symbolic success. Hey, this is not symbolic, this is a very physical success. On several occasions, we received air alerts on our phones and okay, he describes that. I've been doing that. You get the air alert, you look at it, and you get information that it's a TU-95 raising up in the air from Engels Air Base, right? This is what if you're in Ukraine, you have seen this notification many times. And by the way, now he's talking about the Ahmadit Medical Center of Children with Cancer in Kyiv. I was there when it was attacked. My friend was at the epicenter when the second attack came. I was there with my wife, actually. We were spending honeymoon with Ukraine, and we were in Kyiv when this attack happened, and it came from Engels, this very same airport. So I go way back personally with this attack, and it's a payback. It's like a personal payback. I'm so glad. Hey, if I was a Western power, I would just drop cigarettes to the Russian position so they can just smoke them without having any care in the world. And so things can spontaneously combust. By the way, here you can see a video. This is, I think, a few hundred meters to a kilometer away. I mean, there's no fire here. It's just a blast wave that did this. Everything blown to bits, the gardens, the windows, everything. It's just a mess now because the shockwave was so big. And also, all of these videos have been geolocated. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but like about 10 to 15 different videos came out of this attack, and all of them have been geolocated exactly to the centimeter. You can go and check it out yourself if you want to. I did it this morning, and it really gave me a boost. Because I remember the attack on the children's hospital. This thing will not leave your memory. I will not forgive this, and I will not forget this. So this is very juicy for me. And the Russians then declared a state of emergency in Engels district. A state of emergency has been declared in Engels, Saratov region, following a massive Ukrainian attack? What do you mean Ukrainian attack? It was just an accident. Somebody was smoking too carelessly. By the way, I haven't really talked about this much because I've been so busy with the US politics, but Ukraine is massively attacking Russia with drones. It's almost a daily or a nightly occurrence. I mean, only last night, Russia claimed to have shot down 132 Ukrainian drones. Of course, it's not true. I mean, Russians, if they do shoot them down, they shoot them down with their oil refineries. That's how they do it. But the point here to take away is that Russia has been attacked by Ukrainian drones daily. They're almost sending as many drones into Russia as Russia is sending into Ukraine. And this wasn't the case 1 to 2 years ago. Ukraine has really advanced their position on striking Russia deep, penetrating their rear areas, as we like to say. All right, my friends, this concludes the beautiful topic of spontaneous combustions in Russia. We go on to Tesla, and it's actually similar because Teslas are also spontaneously combusting. I don't know how much I can show you, perhaps a screen pic here. But this is a Tesla dealership in Las Vegas, and many Teslas are burning here. Just burning. Somebody was, I don't know if I can say smoking carelessly, but this is very spontaneous. Busting up in flames. People really don't like their Teslas, and with good reason. And it's not only Teslas on fire, Tesla dealerships are also being vandalized. Like here, paint is being sprayed all over the Tesla dealership. And these guys, I think, did it for a climate reason, whatever they did it for. People don't like Teslas anymore at all, and it's all connected to Elon Musk. Everything, you know, he made that small little arm movement when he made his speech, thank you speech for being unelected for president. He made that one little arm movement from the heart to the people. You know what I'm talking about. That was enough to make people hate Tesla, hate everything it stands for, and make Tesla stock drop 40% in 2 months. Erasing taking a $1 trillion company status away from Tesla. Massive blow. By the way, I'll read you one of the owner of Tesla's feedback. Tesla owners are now racing to trade in their cars before insurance companies make them uninsurable. Because all of the accidents and vandalizations against these cars make insurers raise the price big time. One dealership employee posted, "We've had 5 people try to offload their Tesla today. One guy straight up said, 'I don't care about the loss. I just need it gone before my insurance drops me.'" This isn't just a boycott. This is the collapse of Tesla's resale market. Now, again, I've said what I think about Elon Musk. I didn't like him before he was unelected for United States president. I don't like him now. I like him even less now. So do it. Drop your Tesla. By the way, it's not only business for Elon. This goes way deeper. This is how he got unelected as a United States president, because of his massive propaganda campaigns in X, manipulating millions, if not hundreds of millions of people. But he bought X with a loaned money. And what is the collateral? Tesla stock. I'll read it to you. It's pretty juicy. Elon could be forced to sell Twitter/X to the banks. Old Twitter could make a comeback before 2025 ends. I miss the old Twitter, man. I remember, before Elon bought it, it was a beautiful kindergarten with nice color. It was nice. It was no propaganda, no fake narratives. I didn't see a single Kremlin talking point in Twitter before Elon bought it. I miss those days. They were good days. Well, let's go back to the topic. Elon Musk is very close to facing a margin call on loan the banks use to purchase Twitter. A margin call is a demand from your broker for additional funds or securities to cover potential losses in a margin account, which is an account where you borrow money to invest. Elon Musk used his Tesla stock as collateral to buy Twitter in 2022. Basically what it means that he said to the banks that, okay, if I don't pay you back my money that you're going to loan me, your money, I mean, you can take my Tesla stock. He put it as collateral, as the security backing for the massive loan they gave Elon to buy Twitter. The Washington Post reported in April 2022 that Musk has already used more than half of his more than 170 million Tesla shares as collateral to acquire loans. Musk owns a more than 20% stake in Tesla, according to the analysts, which is where most of that wealth is tied up. He can't turn it into cash easily. All of that means instead of spending his vast wealth, he treats his shares in his companies as collateral. Musk at times in 2022 had put more than half of his Tesla shares down as collateral, according to financial filings, worth tens of billions of dollars. Musk acquired X for $44 billion in October 2022, borrowing roughly $13 billion from several banks, Morgan Stanley, Barclays, and Bank of America. Musk's loans had been on those banks' balance sheet for nearly 2 years, longer than some unsold deals from the 2008 financial crisis. I ain't gonna go deeper into this rabbit hole, but the thing is, Tesla people say, oh, S&P 500 is not connected to United States real economy. It is, and it isn't. In this way, you can see how billionaires, the leaders of the most profitable and biggest companies in the S&P 500, use their stock prices as collateral. The bigger the stock is, the bigger loan you can take out, because the stock is collateral and you own the stock. So the price of Tesla is very directly connected of how Elon is able to manipulate American people, because he does it through X. And X is bought with a loan, and that loan is backed with the price of his Tesla stock. If the Tesla stock goes down, the banks have the right, legally, to demand additional funds or securities, which Musk might not have, which puts a massive fire under him. One day he might spontaneously combust. All right, jumping to another topic. As you can see, I'm not wasting your time. We go as fast as possible to give you everything you need to know. This is something that Trump claimed that they did with Putin. Because of the call, now 175 Ukrainian prisoners are being released. False. These prisoners were released yesterday, but it was because of United Arab Emirates. There has been a work on this deal for a long, long time. Trump just claimed it's something that he did. He didn't. He didn't have anything to do with it at all. But he's so desperate to show to the people that he's doing something with this war that he just falsely claimed that he released these prisoners and he made a deal with Putin. No, it was Ukraine, Russia, and UAE who made this deal. I'm just so glad these prisoners are at home. Whatever Trump has to say about it, false victory for him to claim. I'm glad these fighters are back. Look at them dudes, they're so happy. I'm so glad they're back on the homeland. Now, my friends, jumping to Russian tank losses, because we have been seeing a very strange phenomenon appearing in the tank losses of month to month. Check out this blue one. This blue one here is T-80, right? T-80's losses. We see month to month here, as you can see. The yellow one is T-72s. What do you notice? In January 2025, in December actually already, T-75s ran out. Russia just ran out of T-72s. I'm sorry, not 75, 72s. This means that they have used up almost all of their usable Soviet stockpiles of T-72s, the most produced tank in the Russian history. Right. They ran out. And now T-80s take out the biggest percentage of the losses. It's not the biggest number. I mean, they lost more T-72s, but now they don't have that, so the percentage of the T-80s losses is getting bigger, although the overall numbers of them units are getting smaller because they cannot produce so many of the T-80s. But that means it's a clear indication that the Soviet stockpiles have really run out. They're scraping the barrel. But what is Russia putting instead of these T-72s? It's not the T-80s, as I said. The unit numbers are not even close to T-72s of T-80s. They're putting these Chinese golf cars and, you know, Buhanka trucks and everything. It started in December 24, I remember that. ATVs, they're using electric scooters, all of that stuff. This is just to illustrate to you that Soviet stockpile, and people have this idea of Russia having endless equipment. It's false. They have run out. Right now, we can see it in the chart. Losses don't lie. This is the hard-cold statistics. They have run out of the T-72s. By the way, jumping back to how Putin really played Trump like a fiddle, Kremlin spokesperson Peskov just said that Putin has not given orders to stop attacking Ukrainian infrastructure, even though he promised Trump that yesterday. I mean, that was a few days ago. Even the dumbest idiot should know by now that you cannot negotiate with Putin. Trump was really proud of himself, and he presented to American people that he made the prisoner exchange happen, that he made Putin stop attack Ukrainian infrastructure, energy infrastructure. None of that is true. None of that. So you can see through that Trump is very desperate to show the people that he's doing something with this war, while in reality, he doesn't have the cards anymore. He doesn't. Europe has them, Russia has them, and Ukraine has them. There was a notable incident. Zelensky was giving an interview, and then somebody called him, and he took the call in the middle of speaking to media.
Sorry, Manuel. I have just conversation with the journalist. Can I be back in some minutes, in 15, 20 minutes? Yeah, please. Thank you, Manuel. Okay, great, bye-bye.
It's so weird seeing one leader of a country talking to another leader of a country. It's just Emmanuel. Talking about the French president, Emmanuel Macron, of course, who called Zelensky just like that. Hey, pal, what are you up to? I'm doing an interview. Can I call you back? These dudes are friends. They're really friends. And Zelensky later said that they talk to Macron almost daily. Every day almost they make a call, brief each other with the security situation. I'm glad to see that. This is friendship. This is communication. This is mutual respect. Something that Trump doesn't know anything about. Now, my friends, we jump to the Baltics and Poland, my area where I live. You know, we pulled out of the Ottawa Convention. The United States never joined and Russia never joined. This was a convention that banned the use of infantry mines. Mines that blow up your feet, pretty much. I mean, these are the best things against Russian infantry, because they just destroy the infantry. They're very cheap and very easy to deploy. And Ottawa Convention banned the use of them. So basically it banned the use of one of the most effective weapons against the orcs' army. The United States never joined and Russia never joined. So why should we? Baltics pulled out, the Poland pulled out. Now, the Polish defense analysts say that they will mine the Russian border. We're talking Kaliningrad and we're talking Belarus. They will mine the border. We haven't confirmed it yet with the Baltics, but I'm sure we'll do the same. We're going to mine the border to oblivion. Nothing is going to come through that. Russians, I mean, we know that they demine with their own vehicles. They don't use like explosive anti-demining vehicles. They just use their infantry and their tanks to demine areas. So we know what to do. We have the lessons from the Ukrainian war. We're just going to saturate the hell out of the border areas so that if they really want to demine these areas, they will have to use their entire army and then some to get through that. And then we have other weapons to say hello. All right, my friends, as you could see, I am a master in saving your time. This video is one of the shortest I've made in the last few weeks, but I want to give you everything as fast as possible so you can go on with your beautiful Friday. And when this day is over, maybe you have a gold brewski with your friends. I'm glad you're here, my friends. As I mentioned, no names for Buy Me a Coffee today because we didn't have any. So if you want to change that, go and put your weird name into the list. Links in the description below. And I'll be butchering with my Estonian pronunciation. Also, if you want an extra video on Saturday, every Saturday you will get one. Just join the channel memberships. Links in the description below. It's 99 cents. It's nothing. But you will get an extra 4 videos a month, actually. Until my next video, which will be tomorrow, Saturday, Slava Ukraini, and bye-bye. Thank you, Ekster, for making my life more practical and easier.